Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Unrooted Women's Basketball Edition. And my guest for this week's show was none other than sophomore guard on the women's basketball team, Jessica Rogers. Jessica, thanks so much for joining me on the show. Glad you can make it. Now, let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. First off, you're from Pinole, California, Northeast Bay. You literally just told me that 5 seconds ago, which is great. Pinole Valley High School. You played varsity softball there for 4 years, and turns out you were pretty good at it looking at some of your high school statistics. What made you choose basketball over softball?
Well, I played softball maybe a few more years than basketball. I went through the recruiting process the same. I went to camps and clinics for both sports. But there was just a different passion for basketball. Mm-hmm. I loved my teammates and just getting up and down the floor. I loved it. And Menlo's a great school, so once the two got together, it was like a no-brainer.
Of course, yeah. Now, how long had you played softball?
I started off playing baseball at 5 and then switched to softball at around 7 and then played until my senior year of high school.
And you started basketball?
Maybe around 4th grade, 5th grade.
Okay, so a little bit of a late bloomer, but still like a deeper love for it, you would say. Okay. Now, going back to your basketball days in high school, I read on your bio form that you filled out before your freshman year that you had 10 game-winning shots over 4 years. How did you get 10 game-winning shots over 4 years?
Well, after my first game-winning shot, after that, it was just known. After, when it's a close game, they just picked me.
Get the ball to Jessica.
Get the ball, and I executed. It's hard because 10, a lot of people don't get 1. So 10, it's really high. I try to, a lot of people ask, and I try to tell them each one. But my first one, I remember that like it was yesterday. It was actually against Excel Academy. They're from Manteca, Stockton area. Mm-hmm. My roommate now was on that high school team.
Who's your roommate?
Anya Gomez. Okay. She's on the basketball team as well. So there's like maybe 20 seconds left, and we're going down the court, so I shoot a 3. We were down by 2, so we're like up 1. Mm-hmm. They come down, they shoot a 3, so now we're down. We call a timeout, and there's maybe 1 second left, like 1.5 seconds left, and we're like, all right. My coach said, well, you play softball. It's a long shot, so just chuck it, just throw it. So they inbounded the ball, and it went in, and everybody went crazy. So after that, it was just...
So the first one wasn't just a regular game-winning 3-pointer. It was a game-winning half-court, more than half-court shot.
It was around maybe the opposite free throw line. Actually.
Oh my gosh! You went 2/3 of the court, 3 quarters for a game-winning shot, and then that was just the cool first of 10 more to follow. Oh my goodness gracious, that's insane. So I guess then this next question kind of maybe explains itself a little bit, but I also read that you were voted most popular in high school. I think I can kind of see why now based on that, but how did you get to that point? Or were you aiming for that, or how did that work?
You're actually right. Most popular and most athletic were kind of intertwined, because I'm pretty sure the most popular boy was also the most athletic boy.
Usually works out that way in high school.
After the next morning for games, when you're back in class, our principal would go over the intercom for announcements and throw out like stats and stuff for games. So people heard my name a lot, so I think that's what set it off a little bit.
Jessica Rogers. I know that person. She's the only person I know. Okay, I'm going to vote Jessica Rogers.
That's how it works.
So is that an honor that you've been, I don't want to say proud of necessarily, but something that you've brought up to your teammates before?
No, not here. Not here, but a lot. Whenever I go back home and people see me, it's nice to see people I know. Sometimes I get like free drinks at Starbucks or something.
Really?
So, yeah, it works out.
The perks of being in a small town, right?
Definitely.
Well, now all your teammates know that you were most popular in high school. So
you guys know now.
Ladies, just know you're contending with her. She's more popular than you are, apparently. Going back to high school days. Okay, Jessica, let's talk a little bit about the team now. You're the first athlete I'm interviewing following the big win against Vanguard, #1 team in the nation. So you get to tell me all about that basketball game. First of all, what enabled you ladies to stay out in front for so long? Vanguard only led for 29 seconds in that game.
I believe they led, it was in the beginning of the game.
It was 3-0.
Right.
That's it.
So I think what helped us is we do this drill in practice. It's called stop, score, stop. Okay. So you have to start on defense, you get a stop. After you get a stop, you have to go on offense, you score, and then you have to get another stop to get a point. So in practice we have teams, a blue team and a white team, and
Yep.
we play against each other all the time. So that drill, stop, score, stop, that's how you win games. So if we stop, score, stop every time, we're going to keep a lead. So I think that really helped out. Plus, Aaliyah Brantley and Madison Michaelis, they had great scoring games that night too.
Yeah, they were huge in the post, and they contained Amber Alexander to a game where I think she had just 7 points and 5 rebounds, someone who averages about 20 and 11 per game. I think that was probably one of the most important parts of the game as well.
Definitely.
Now, a lot of players on this team step up, make some big shots. I want to focus for a second on Ashlyn Monk because she hit a couple of huge threes
clutch.
late in that ball game to put it away. What helps her shine in those kind of moments?
Ashlyn Monk puts in so much work outside of practice. Each shot she takes in a game, I think it's going in. I think we all believe in her that it's going in. And she herself has an unshakable confidence in her three-point shot. So I think her knowing that, okay, I missed a couple, but I'm going to hit next time. I think that really helped those late threes.
That's kind of how I felt seeing her shoot the basketball late in that game. It was the fourth quarter, and the second three that she hit in like 2 or 3 possessions, she was from the wing, and she was probably like 7 feet outside the line.
Deep.
And she just got it from a pass from Selena, threw it up. I'm like, this isn't going in. There's no way. Oh, it's in! Yeah. I could not believe that she hit that shot.
Hand down, man down. Ashlyn, she's a knockdown shooter.
For sure. Now, coming on the heels of that big win, the Oaks are now ranked 15th in the nation. Will that put any additional pressure on you ladies moving forward into conference play?
You know, I think once we learned that we were 15, we were really excited.
Yeah.
But we all agreed that we can do better. We're not done. We succeed. We had a little success. Now we need to do more and more, pedal to the metal. Like, we need to keep going. So I don't think it's too much pressure. I think it's more telling us we knew what we could do all along.
And, I mean, you've already beat the number 1 team in the nation, so that's a pressured situation, and you pass that, so really what more can you go through?
We need to be number 1 now.
You need to be number 1. Yeah, of course, that's the ultimate goal.
Right.
And next on the list. Now, you guys just have just one game on tap this weekend. Is it going to be tough to kind of shake off some of those celebratory vibes because there's only one game and a little bit more time to enjoy it?
Well, once we got back to practice, we celebrated one more time before we started, and then coach was like, all right, we're done. We need to keep working. Back to the drawing board, I feel like every other game we're going to just keep working hard to do what we need to do.
All right. Now, William Jessup on tap this weekend. That's the one game, big NorCal rival. Are you expecting that game to be a little bit tougher than maybe most games? Because, again, it is the battle for NorCal, the only two schools in the conference in Northern California, and they always put on a really good show, even though they aren't a ranked
team.
They're
a really good team. It's definitely going to be good competition. We've watched them play a couple times. We've been at the same tournaments as them. I know we were at the same Simpson tournament, but I think we'll do fine. We prepare for every team the same way. We go over what we need to do to win, and we'll go out and try to execute to the best we can do.
Very good defensive team, Jessup, versus a very good offensive team in Menlo College.
Definitely.
Should be a lot of fun to see which one prevails in this one. All right, Jessica, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites, but I'm going to switch it up this time. We're going to play the high school awards game version of Brownie Bites. So 3 questions that would be related to kind of you being the most popular. So we're going to give out awards to your teammates here.
Okay.
So question, or award, I guess you should say. Award number 1. Which teammate would win the award for funniest sneeze?
Funniest sneeze. That's a hard one. I think I'll have to go with Madison Michaelis. I roomed with her for one of our away trips, and she was kind of sick, had a stuffy nose, and she sounded really weird. So I think her sneeze would be pretty weird, funny too, so I'm going to give it to her.
All right. Question number 2. Which teammate would win the Drama Queen Award?
Oh, that one's easy. Selena.
Why?
So Selena loves to be the center of attention. She loves attention, as a lot of people do.
Okay.
We have this joke. Sometimes when Selena says something, no one might hear, so she'll say it again. So we'll stop everything. We'll be like, all right, everyone, Selena has a question.
Give her the floor.
Let's let her ask. So definitely Selena.
All right, and then question number 3, award number 3. Which teammate would win the Run Away and Join the Circus award?
Ooh, the circus. Aaliyah Brantley.
Why?
She's really funny. Always has jokes. So when I think of the circus, I'm going for a good laugh.
Yeah.
So, and she makes everyone laugh. So I'll give it to her.
I'm trying to think what kind of role she would have in a circus. I haven't been to one in so long that I don't even really truly remember. But I'm trying to think what. You're right, laughs, obviously a big part of it. But I don't know. We'll just say she's a lion tamer. And
she can do that.
Sure.
She'd probably run away from the lions. But
well, she's athletic enough. She could get out of the way. She wouldn't,
that's true.
Get eaten by a lion, I guess. That's always a good thing. So, okay. Aaliyah Brantley is going to headline the Three-Ring Circus one day.
Definitely. Can't wait to watch.
Yeah. All right, Jessica, thank you so much for joining me on the show. You're welcome. Folks, one game at home this weekend for Menlo College women's basketball. It is the 5th annual Sasha Brown Memorial Game that is here inside Haynes Prim Pavilion on Saturday night at 5:30. It's not the typical 2 o'clock start time you would see on Saturdays in GSAC play. It is 5:30. We'll be honoring the life of Sasha Brown pregame and the awarding of the 2018 Sasha Brown Memorial Scholarship given to one current Menlo Oak. The contest is against William Jessup University, and if you can't make it out, it will be streamed live as always on the Menlo College Sports Network. We invite you to tune into next week's show when Jessica Rogers will select the next interviewee by me, Brian Brownfield, right here on Unrooted Women's Basketball Edition. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Do whatever I want, get whatever I want, get whatever I need. It's a